Well, good evening, everyone. Back for round two. Hopefully, it won't be too bad. So, there's the current radar. Well, the good news is, as far as the overall state of Texas, there are no tornado warnings in our neck of the woods. Now, there are tornado warnings southwest and southeast of us, far away, so nothing to be concerned about in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. But we do have some cells that are wanting to misbehave every now and then. Overall, not too bad. So let's get right to it. So we have two sets of severe thunderstorm warnings in the area right now. So we have one set here in southern Denton County and northern Tarrant County, and that's good until 7:45 p.m. Then that's for 60 mile an hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. I just heard from one of my really good friends that lives in Trophy Club that it's really, really windy. So she may may be experiencing some of that 60 mile an hour wind variety, if you will. Okay, so that's that particular storm. The bigger cluster of storms is up in northwest Collin counties, northeast Denton County, and most of the southern Grayson County. So it's, again, nothing horrible from a severe standpoint. It is severe warned, but not talking about a true supercell in the sense that it's, going crazy and dropping baseball size hail, nothing like that. However, it is pretty stormy, and it is, I would say, on the low end of severe. But again, low end of severe is not great, and heck, even on the high end of non-severe is not great. Sometimes it can still be pretty stormy. You can still talk about 50 mile an hour winds and nickel size hail. So nothing to be nothing to blow off, that's for sure. So let's put this in motion, and you can kind of get an idea. So the general motion in the beginning, as you can see, is northeast. Then it wanted to go east, wanted to kind of go southeast. Now it wants to go east again. So I guess if you took the average of all that, it would be east, right? So it's something that we're just looking for, and making sure that these storms don't misbehave too much. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's go ahead and stop this here. I wouldn't be surprised if you did see a severe thunderstorm warning issued for this area right here. Like I said, so far these storms are not misbehaving too bad. But again, we are in an environment that, would would be conducive for these to ramp up. Hello, Renee. Tornado warning for the Glen Rose area. Yes, Renee, there is one, unfortunately. So let's scroll down here for Renee. So this is, let's see. Well, actually, it's southeast of Glen Rose. So if you're concerned about Glen Rose proper, Renee, you're okay. And this storm is kind of tracked along this route. So Glen Rose didn't really get impacted by that. But there is a severe thunderstorm. There's a tornado warning for this particular storm. And if you're just joining us, this is not DFW proper. This is southwest of Hillsboro near Whitney. So if you know anybody that lives in the Lake Whitney area, anywhere west Texas, not the region, but the city, definitely headed for them. And you can definitely see some pretty decent rotation right around here. I don't know that that's producing a tornado on the ground, but it's something that definitely want to be on the lookout for if you know anybody that excuse me, that lives in this general area. Definitely want to shoot them a text, give them a call if you know somebody down there, and let them know that a pretty bad supercell thunderstorm is headed their way. And if you put this in motion real quick, you can kind of get an idea of the history of this storm. And it's like I said, it's the real deal. It's stayed together for quite a while. All right, so let's broaden the picture out here a little bit. So we've had a couple of different tornado warnings issued here lately. Again, not DFW proper, but it is something that if you know anybody that lives in Temple or Salado, that storm near Colleen, not too far from Fort Hood, is definitely capable of producing a tornado. I don't know if there's a tornado on the ground with that storm. And then way over here in far, far east Texas into Louisiana, this particular storm started out near, um, it was in Limestone County, probably around this area. It's just been kind of scooting off tornado warned ever since. Went over Buffalo. I know it dropped some pretty good hail in Buffalo. Been there many times, going back and forth to A&M. Okay, Renee, your sister's there. Okay, well, she should be okay. If she's in Glen Rose, and I don't even think it rained there, so she should be okay. Definitely glad to hear that. All right, so let's kind of scoot on back up to the Metroplex here. So again, I think what you're going to see is probably as time goes on, you'll see this line kind of become more solid, and then it'll continue to move, I would say, in a general east-southeast direction. So it's about a little after 7:20 now. Here's what you can expect the next hour or so is that, you may not see a big storm because, ironically, we got a little gap right here around Little Elm. They're not seeing a whole lot. But I wouldn't be surprised if this line fills in here, kind of starts to back build down this way, and then again, like I said, ultimately this way. So that would be within the next hour and a half. So I would think, make sure my watch is going crazy here. Okay. I would think that, we would be done with this around 9 o'clock or so. It just depends on, if these storms continue their steady progress east. They have, so I don't know that they would not continue to do that. Excuse me. So let's just see what we got here. Just reading some storm reports. Looking here. I don't see, although my friend in Trophy Club got a new warning coming out. So let's see where this is. Let's see. Okay, so not for the storms in the Metroplex, but this is northeast of DFW, which is going to be up in this area right here. So again, bottom, ultimately Paris, if you live up that way or know people that live up that way, just make sure they're aware that it is, going to be a stormy night, especially for them. Let's see. Okay, so it is a low-end threat. All right, so I'm looking at. Okay, I don't have that yet. So the Storm Prediction Center just talked about some weather. And I'll have to wait till that updates here in just a second. Okay, so the bottom line here is I would expect within the next, well, depending on where you are, but if you're anywhere from McKinney in this kind of circled area, you would see storms between now and 9 p.m., probably closer to 8:30, but it could be you see those storms sometime in that time frame. Definitely got some winds with this, that's for sure. We just saw some local storm reports. 65-mile-an-hour wind gust in North Lake, and the 61 northeast of Hazlitt. So definitely got some gusty winds. Matter of fact, let's put on the velocity here. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, probably got some. Let's see what kind of. Let's see. Don't see anything too bad, but then again, it definitely could be localized. Yeah, not seeing anything there. But again, obviously it's happening, so definitely want to keep that in mind. The radar doesn't always prove accurate 100% of the time. Okay, let's see. Let's pan this out a little bit further here and kind of give you an idea of what we can expect. So again, you can kind of see the general motion, and we should be done with this line like I said, but between now and 9 o'clock. So I would think that we would have, you know, be done with it by then. Let's cross our fingers. Okay, so don't see anything else in the chat. So I will go ahead and sign off for now. So like I said, if something really starts to ramp up, then I'll come back on. If not, then like I said, just expect some stormy weather between now and 9 p.m. And then hopefully after that, we will be done. I appreciate everybody watching. As always, I'm watching weather so you don't have to. Hope everyone has a great evening. Still got some storms coming our way. And if it gets really crazy, I will come back and we will talk about it. I appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you soon.